Hello, this is Brian Whitten and ETR. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I thought I'd come back and put another video up today because this rock you see on the screen at the moment is one I've discussed with you quite a few times. It was found by my son in the Manning River some 4 or 5 years ago now, at least 5 years ago, but I did come to the understanding of what it meant over 3.5 years ago, I guess now. So that's what's led to all my videos on my channel here, of which there is over 100. What I learned from that rock then took me to the pyramids, and then it's been a whole adventure of understanding, I guess, and all the things that are left around me in the pyramids and the megaliths and artifacts. The reason I wanted to make the video today was not so much discussing the cycles of Earth, Moon and Sun, more just confirmation on a few things we did last week. And as I've said, this rock on the screen is one my son found, as is this one, which he found only last week, a few days ago. And I put it under the microscope. It had some things on it that I decided were worthwhile making a video about, and they confirmed a few things for me as well. So I thought we'll get on with that today. So we're going to be looking at mostly microscopic images of river rocks, and where we see where we're getting told what's going to happen. Now if we come back to our TV screen, you'll note that I've showed you this before many times. This crop circle is a star array. Our star is one of these stars. Our star at the moment is moving away from what was the function of an A, B or C within this star array to being one that's either a 1 or a 2, like so. The red dwarf star that will visit our system in the next few years will come in and go back in the direction it came from, and that's how I know we're going to be either a 1 or 2, having in the process of making a transition now. We're finishing off the stages here. I won't go through the process of explaining all that again because that is not the purpose of today's video. But what I did want to do was say to you that when I said that we're going to be going here, half of the world's population, about just under 4 billion, are going to go to one of these stars, and I'm of the impression, although I know there's going to be planetary mass build up around this star and there will be more than one planet Earth on it, at the moment there isn't, and I'm seeing us going to this star, the other half of the people. In other words, it's a bit over 3.5 billion going that way, a bit under 4 billion staying on Earth, the other under 1 billion being distributed to these 3 stars, and 97 million at least going to Star X. Could be quite a few more, because the ones left here, if this 97 million are already gone, are still doing all the wrong things, so there may be quite a lot more going to 97, or Star X I should say. There should be a lot more, or could be a lot more going to Star X than the 97 million we're told. The reason I wanted to come back to this today was that in my video last week I showed you a picture and I put it in there. I didn't really say a lot about it. I just thought I'll put that in there and just see what you think of it. I thought I would come back and I would show you this. I just want you to realise that I've said to you there are 3 stars, these 3 here that you go back to. Well, this one, there are 4 stars, 3 on the outer and one that's a fair bit further back. This one here, you're with dinosaurs. I said to you there are nothings on our planet that tell you when you get put back to here you will grow a skull like a Paracas skull. We've gone through that before. The Paracas skull video is on my list, and it will explain to you exactly how that penalty is served and why that is the case. But today I just wanted to make you be aware that we're going out to be either star 1 or 2 on our sun and the Earth. I say 1 just purely and simply because it's at the top here, it's easy to explain. So I can see half of our population going to this star. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think we're getting a lesson about Mars here, that it's not saying it's not habitable, it certainly isn't at the moment. That would be a very good reason to think we're going somewhere else. So, like I said, half of us going somewhere else here. That will come in time and with the lessons. One thing I wanted to show you, and keep in mind if you would, 1 star, 3 stars and 2 stars. This is one of the pictures I put in last week's video, and what I wanted to do was just come back to this. I'll insert the picture for you here so you see it nice and clearly. I do realise taking pictures of my television is not always very good. But what I wanted you to be aware of is what we're being shown here. We have a question mark yet again. We have 2 stars here. We have 3 stars here. We have 1 star back here on its own. So we're actually getting exactly the same amount of stars told us in this array here. And we also have our little question mark here that say question what you see. We have got 2 stars here, 3 here, and then 1 further back. And we have our alien guy standing here, and another bloke standing here. This guy here is an alien guy. You can see his eyes here. He's looking at this, saying this is what we come to do. We come to distribute people backwards because they live in this modern world of ours and act like animals. So, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not standing here high and mighty. I will be judged by these people just the same way. I hope I'm going forward to one of these stars here and not backwards here or backwards even to that one. I would think I'm not in line for this activity because that is the one that's going furthest back to these people that are involved in child sacrifice, genocidal maniacs that running our military that have tried to blow up multiple occasions all over the globe. They've tried to kill as many of us as possible. So these people had none to move on to these stars here. That's what they were trying to do. Now the picture I have on the screen at the moment is one of the photos I showed you from last week's video, which was to do with attempted nuclear strikes in Sri Lanka. And I said that the Australian cricket team was there, and this is how we know that this be a, on back to our TV now, this be a bowler mid-stride. He's a spin bowler, you can tell by the way he's throwing his ball and his legs going up here, his arms going up over the top here. The stump is out of the ground here. But we are seeing a spin bowler here. We are seeing in the next picture a pace bowler here with his run his legs back here, and he's got the stance of a pace bowler. We've been told that these are Australian because where this guy stands here, right here, is the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's got a bridge there and a pillar on this side and a pillar on this side. He's telling us this guy here is a New South Wales player here. He's our Australian captain. Why is he on this rock? Maybe you need to have a talk to that guy and find out what else they did with these nuclear bombs, because it's not only just on the rock that I showed you these are on, else I'll insert that picture of this rock for you again. This story here about these cricketers, Australian cricketers, being involved with the movement of these nuclear weapons. That's what it's imposing. It's not just saying that it's saying they've got something to do with them getting there. So you probably need to have a talk to one spin bowler, one pace bowler, and you probably need to have a talk to a batsman as well, because this is he sitting here with his bat slogging the ball out of frame here. But that's not all that was on that rock, because I went through it a little bit more the other day and found something else, and that's this one. I'll show you this one first. This is the one that showed us our boat down here, and it looks like a gas boat only because it's picking, it's got these round circles on it, so I think it's talking about a gas boat, one that, and we do move gas from here to India, and I would imagine Sri Lanka as well. We see the Ayers Rock here, or Uluru, in the Great Australian Bight, we see the boat at the first port. So this is actually Adelaide. I think I may have said this was Melbourne. This won't be, this will be an Adelaide pickup here. And I know that as well because we look at the next picture. That's telling us where they're coming from, like where they're being picked up in Adelaide. This one here is also another one. What do we see here in the black? We see a man diving. This is about swimming championships. It's actually at Budapest. And that's on the same time frame as the cricket test was on in Sri Lanka. We see an aeroplane up here with these black marks put on the bottom saying that this is taking cargo here. We know that this part here is actually the boat in the other picture. It's upside down. Now we've changed our story. These nuclear weapons that went to Adelaide to be flown by Qatar Airlines. How do I know it's Qatar Airlines? Because it's the only one that flies from Adelaide, which is why this guy's arms are touching it. It's a direct flight. The only ones are Qatar Airlines. They fly out of Adelaide directly to Budapest. That's where the nuclear bombs were moved over in cargo on this plane to Budapest, where the swimming championship is. Where did they leave from? We're here. That's Adelaide here, and we're now looking south. He's saying these come from Pine Gap. Compliments of the American military. What a pack of gutless bastards they are. And I'm not talking about the military men and women. I'm talking about the absolute gutless shits that run the thing. The very top of the pile, run by a bunch of gutless dogs that do not want to meet their judgment from those that come back and are trying and attempted yet again to kill many of us. That's exactly what that rock is telling us. And I'm now going to show you some of the other imagery off this rock that my son found. It was brilliant, honestly. The things that are on this, I'll show you one side here. It almost looks like a bit of a UFO to a degree, and then a little bit like a shark. And this is the other side. So there were very important things on that rock, and I'm going to show you a few, and I'll insert pictures as I process the video. But I just wanted to show you those off the last rock to let you know that we're being referenced here both swimming and cricket, and it being now, that's June, July, the cricket series. The Australians are still playing cricket, I believe, in Sri Lanka, and I believe the swimming team is still in for the World Championships, is Budapest for quite some time yet. Now we'll just press play on this one. This is the first video I wanted to show you off that rock. I probably won't play for the whole lot off, but this one's only 6 minutes long. I'll probably put this one and possibly one other one at the end of the video in good quality, because I know, like I said, we do not see the pictures as well as I do. What you're actually seeing here is a military guy here in a helmet, and he's sad and he's glum and he's looking down because he's not real happy about the job he's doing. But wherever this is here, this is a road here, and he shows you what he's doing. So you can see he's sad. He's not real happy about doing this, but as I turn the light off now and I start using the external light source, we get the whole story of what this bloke's done here. And the military involved, once again, with nuclear bombs being dropped. In this one it's a visual nuclear bomb. Sometimes it's not the explosion, it's the bomb itself you see. In this one it's an explosion. I'm just going to go and show you how we're showing the story, okay? So I'll just pause that, and then I'm going to move this along here a bit so we get past parts you don't really want to have to worry about sitting there. So he's sort of got in a car, so he sits back like this in his car. He's driven down this road here from this place down here. He's driven down that road and he's got to this point here, and he's taking bombs or delivering bombs there. I'm not, like I said, 100% sure. It certainly looks like there you're getting told that he's actually meeting somebody, not necessarily getting them, but But that looks like what happens, and I want you to watch what happens now. In this same area of the rock, when I turn it around this way, I then get to see a helicopter right here. And the helicopter is then now taking over. And this thing is now armed with nuclear weapons. It's got nuclear weapons on this helicopter. And as you go through here, you then see it get to the point of where it's brought these into this town. And it would appear to me to be what they've done is rig up a boat down here in the harbour of this place. It would be, I would expect, one of the harbours of Sri Lanka. Or it could have been Uruguay, because there's also a reference on that very same rock to Uruguay being another location. And I'm just going to move this through here just a little bit, get past where you see the bombs go off. In my opinion, where you're seeing the bombs go off and get hurled away. Right here. You've got half a boat flying up here as well. So it's looked like some boat in the middle of this harbour here was set up with a nuclear bomb, which is why you see all that go off the way it has. You also see another one back here, like there's multiple ones. More than one have gone off here. So whether or not this thing was delivering them to the boat, it was then going to be blown up in the harbour like so, or whether it actually was going to fire at them, I don't know. Like I said, it's certainly letting us know about military involvement in the placement of these weapons, the Australian cricket team's involvement, or certainly members of the Australian cricket team having knowledge. I will mention when the Australian cricket team went over there, the coach stayed here for 2 days, apparently had COVID. The poor fella getting COVID, eh? What a convenient time. Either way, obviously the bombs didn't go off because the people there are watching you do everything you do. So I just wanted to show you that one as well, how you're getting the story told just purely from back here with the very same part of the rock. So the reason why I said it could be Uruguay, you'll notice on this rock here at the start, you get this round mark here. There is a freeway where you have a round in Uruguay across one of the rivers there. They have like a road that comes across and goes through a circle and back out the other side. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but I hadn't really worried about it, but certainly Sri Lanka was one of the places that was, and Budapest obviously is also another place where you see the diving championships being there. That wasn't the only one that had that. So I just thought I'd show you that from the army man through here, down here. He gets in a car, looks like he's sitting back here driving, and then he gets to a point here, he gets out, he's meeting with boats here, you know, and we're getting a helicopter here. When you turn it that way, you get into your helicopter, so you can see it's all on the same part of the rock telling us the story. And then we have our nuclear explosions over here. Okay, so that's where we're seeing this blow up, and that looks like a bit of a boat. So it looks like whatever they've done, they've delivered nuclear bombs probably from this to this boat that was in this harbour. And before going on with my next video on the next rock, I just wanted to show you this. This is the Lion Rock in Sri Lanka. Alright, so this is it's a mountain pretty much in north central area, and I just wanted to show you mostly the fact you've got these claws down here either side of the stairwell that gets you up the side of the mountain. And I wanted to show you that because of the next image. I'll minimize that. And I want you to be aware that that's what you're seeing when we go back to this rock here. I'll start here. The reason I wanted to show you this rock, and the reason I wanted to show you that Lions Mountain, is in actual fact exactly what we've got here. When we let this play, this will turn into a lion's face here, But what I want you to be aware of is we've got a running man here, and what else we see come out down here. And I'm going to just zoom through this so you're not sitting there waiting for the whole lot. I want you to be aware when I get back up to here, you can see all the shapes that are changing on this face here as we go through that portion there as well. And there, like I said, there's structure up the top of that mountain. There's a whole lot of buildings. Well, you know, archaeological buildings in that they're all rather old and damaged. I just wanted to show you that at the bottom of here, we're also getting showing the same thing about there. I'll just stop that right where it is there. Just get rid of that. We get these 3 claw marks here. It's really common on this rock. I've got it in a few other places. I just wanted to show you that does have 3 claw marks come up down here. You only see one side because looking from the side you can only see one claw. You've got the stairwell in the middle. So I just wanted to go back through this part here. As you can see, that's definitely Lion Mountain that it's talking about, because that's exactly what that looks like there. A lion's face, a little bit between a lion and a... But I just wanted to go past here a bit, and I just want to show you something else. You see our claw mark there a little bit more clearly. Our running man here, I've moved the rock a little bit here, moved it up a bit. I just want you to watch what happens here, because what we get shown is another man running away. And he's got his legs up and he's trying to escape from this other person that's just about there. You see him running. There's a man here and his heels up and he's running away. So somebody here has captured this guy in the process of doing what it was he was doing at Lion Mountain by the look of it. Because that's what's happened here. That's rock is saying that somebody has pursued this guy here. He's running away from this bloke over here. So, and as you can see, that is where that is telling us it is. It's actually at this. Now I'll move this along a bit and just let that go through a bit. You do actually, on one of the other videos I've got, I will show you very shortly, you get the structure at the top of the mountain shown us. So here's where you get your bloke running away, in this area here, just here. You see him up, he's got his heel up here and he's running in that direction. And this guy here is chasing him. So somebody has caught this activity happening at that particular place. Certainly that's what the rock would appear to indicate. And this photo here is a little bit more prominent. You can see the claws on this side here. As you can see, you can only see one side if you're looking from the side. So that might be why we only see the one claw in that photo. Or in the rock image we only see one claw, but I wanted to show you this one as well. This one was one where we saw the bomb in a wall more than, more than the effect of the bomb. Fix this up for a bit, hold on a minute. We'll zoom that down, hide this. And then I'll go along here once again. I won't have you waiting for the whole lot. But this is one where we're told once again about a bomb being placed in a wall at a dam. Okay, these are all the dams that were in that area of Lion Mountain. That's actually where, and you see a couple of faces come out here, but what we're actually getting told in this one is that where they placed the bomb. And I'll just move along here very quickly so we can see that part that shows us the bomb in the wall. Here, where we're getting told, here's the wall of your bomb here. This is the wall of the dam along here. And I've seen this on multiple ones, and you get the bomb showing us very clearly where it is here. So what they're saying is they're going to blow this dam up and flood those cities downstream. There was 3 dams on one river, or one river system, and that's one where you see the bomb at this side here. I'll show you another one that shows us the same thing in a minute. But I just wanted to show you that that's where you're seeing the walls across here of the dams, and this is where this bomb's going to blow up. Okay, that one is the bomb rather than, you know, there's another one here with a bomb in it. I'll show you this one. Now this is why I wanted to show you those 3 claw marks. On this rock we've got 3 claw marks here and 3 here. Right, so we've got 3 claws on either side. But this is the same thing. It's telling us exactly the same thing. But what I want you to be aware of when I'm doing this is these here, these, especially this one, okay, that white mark there. I'll insert a picture here because I know you won't get that really clear. And over here, you'll have people diving. So this person here is a cricketer. I'll just press that press play and you can just watch what happens with these here. And this cricketer here, well, it looks like a bat in some instances, and other times it looks like a boomerang, and other times it looks like the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So he's once again saying this guy is from New South Wales, and apparently the captain of the Australian cricket team, I think, hit a world record over there while he was there, an Australian record for the fastest T20. It was our bowler. It was in one of the first ones he had. Now I just wanted to show you one of the first games he had. I just wanted to show you what happens in this part here. This part here is a bay. It's really difficult, like I said on my TV here, to show you how good this comes out. I might put this one at the end because it does actually show you some really amazing structures as you go down here. You can see all these bridges across here, and you know, like towns, whatnot. There's all these bridges across this waterway here. It really is quite amazing. And I know you can't see that as well as I do, okay? But it does bring attention through the video. I'll just stop it there, just back here, and I'll just let you know. What we're seeing here is a truck, right there. And that's highlighted. It actually gets really looked at by a guy's face that comes out here. The Australian cricket player is in here. These two do make other shapes, but I don't really worry about it because I never get them really, really clear. And what they're actually saying here is that on his stay over there, he's made a trip up that mountain. Or somebody has. And they've planted a nuclear bomb there. And certainly this one here coming by trucks. This truck here is actually underneath these divers. There's these guys diving off here. And it makes it look like this truck has come from, you know, brought other smaller suitcase bombs from Budapest. Maybe that was what was, you know, maybe there's a bit of traffic going one way and the other way to confuse those that are watching. Now the reason I wanted to show you the stars in the first instance, the star array, was that the penalty in Star X is very, very long, it's thousands of years long, and you could say, how can you live for 1,000 years? They can make you live a lot longer than that, and living in hell doing it. The reason I've stopped here, I'll just press play for a minute, excuse me while I get up and get my stick. But I do see in this portion here, with this part coming up here, that this is a deer at some point. And it does have there are a few places on this rock where it does show a bear. See, there's where it looks a bit like a deer. There's antlers up here, and its head here, and its eye. Its body coming along here. It does look like a deer at some point, so whether or not that message is saying here, well, the nukes came from North America, which obviously that's where they pretty much seem to come from there in England, seem to be the people that are behind this. These attempted nuclear strikes have been all over the world, all over Australia, you know, it would be all over everywhere. They're not leaving any place out here. There is a point in time on this rock where you don't just see, like I said, the deer there, but that could be somewhere else. You know, there's deer is another part, but there's not bears everywhere else as well. So they may have looked at possibly a possible attack in possibly North America as well. Now this one here, when I put this up, this initially looks like a whole lot of white lines, I know that, but when you start moving around like this, you start seeing structures up here. Now you're talking about the top of the mountain, right? So in other words, when you get to the top of this mountain, you've walked up the side of it, on the top of it is all these old archaeological structures placed all over the mountain, and that is where we're seeing it here. You can see the walls here, walls here, walls here, and it's like this, it's layered. It goes down in different steps as you're going up here. The structures go up in steps and different layers to get to the top. I just wanted to show you that part there. Also note that when we come away from that, this is the most important part I wanted to show you, and you'll see that it's on the same rock. I move it along here and I move the rock a bit here. I won't get too carried away here. I might put this one at the end as well. It's also a good one. And here I move this a bit more here. Here's where you get another appearance, where you get the structures flattened across the top here, different layers, and the walkway up the side of the mountain like this. And you do walk between these two, the claw marks at the bottom here. But what I wanted to show you most of all was this rock showed you the penalty. So in other words, the thing that I've been saying about you getting dropped off at a planet where the pyramids, here I'll stop here because over on this side, just in certain light, it looks like I get a grey alien baby in here, just in that portion there. That's what it looks like. It's just in certain light, you can get that there, and it looks like an alien baby, a young child, an alien child or something there. Might be trying to tell somebody something. But what I wanted to do was come further along this way, and all you watch, it's still the same part of the rock, so I'm just moving away from that part over there that I had initially. Actually, it looks like that grey alien baby's got a pet that we don't have. It looks a bit like one of those E.T. things. Anyway, I'm going to move along here now. You can see I've moved this further along here, and I come down to this corner of the rock here. There's my mountain there. Right, so I've just moved that mountain this side. Now I want you to watch what happens here. Because right in this corner is what I said happens. It's what the story is. You get taken to Star X, and it's a planet where the dinosaurs are not extinct, and you get dropped off there by a UFO, which is exactly what you're seeing here. It's a really big UFO. It's got two big fans out either side of it like this, and it's, I would imagine, lowering people down to the planet that they've chosen to go to because they didn't want to say the truth. Here, it's amazing. You wouldn't think you could find this on a river rock. You've got all these dinosaurs here, and this UFO landing on the mountain ridge over here, or at least letting people off over in this corner here. And these are all your UFO, I mean all your dinosaurs in this corner here. And that's the UFO here, dropping people off here. Just here. It's letting you out, putting you on the land. This is where you wanted to go, rather than just tell people the truth. That's where your choice is. Seems a very, very unusual thing to do, and like I said, it's as unusual as to have gone past, how many times do you want to try a nuclear holocaust and have them all removed and persist with it? I mean, I'm not kidding, mate. You've lost your mind entirely, you guys. Absolutely, 100%. You're off the rocker. You have no idea what the hell you're doing. You have no idea how to get out of the problem you've put yourself in. Well, that's what happens. And I guess the next lot, if the next lot, after the 97 million are gone, 97 million might have been just the people that were going there in the first place. There's another 779 million getting taken to 4 other stars with other planets around it. Star X is this one here. It's got these planets going around it. It's not going to be much fun for anybody. And like I said, I reckon the dinosaurs are going to be the least of your worries. But this is another video, once again off the same rock, Wilson's New Rock. The reason I wanted to show you this is mostly because it's just another one that showed you a nuclear explosion. I'm going to move it along here a bit to where I get it to resemble what I want to see down the bottom here. What you're seeing when you get this in the right light here is a wharf or a waterfront down here. This could be the same thing again, having a nuclear explosion go off in the wharf or, in the bay, in the one where we've seen, a boat already explode. It's certainly the same rock, but it's not the same place on the rock. So we're getting yet here another story of this explosion going off here. That's what you're seeing, a nuclear blast go off. Certain light, you can get all the city and buildings in here and all that sort of thing showing up. And then you realise that what you're seeing is a nuclear blast in a city. And like I said, it would be just exactly which one it is. Like I said, there's so much to do on this rock with Lion Mountain. So one would assume it's probably one of the bays in Sri Lanka, because they were all tagged on that other rock. All 4 major ports were all numbered, as were the dams. So I just wanted to show you that that is where you're actually getting down here, like things that you may associate. This is the one that I keep seeing these round circle things. That's what makes me think that that's this in Uruguay, because there's a road that does that, goes right across. I'll insert a picture for you. So this may be what we're seeing here. This is not the only place I've got that on this rock. It's on twice on this rock where you've got a round circle with a road going either way. Looks to me like this could have been a dam up in Uruguay as well, so I'm unsure. It's just a few things I've looked up where this road was, because I had seen it on social media before. But as you can see down here, it looks like there's a boat down here, city, all these buildings going back here. So this is a big nuclear blast, and this is on the waterfront, that as well, where this road does this. This one I wanted to show you, because rather than the explosion this time, we're seeing the bomb itself, which is this device here, and making out like it's in a wall of a dam or something of that nature. I wanted to show you this mostly because it's more the bomb that we're seeing. I'll move along a little bit, so I'll just pause that and drag this way, so you're not waiting too long. And not to mention the fact that what else you see come out in this one is very interesting, especially when you start to go slow like I do when I'm drawing this like this. See, this looks like this could be the water level here, going through this part here. So this could be underwater, this could be above water. It's hard to tell, but I just wanted to show you that when you see that, that's what you're getting told. It's a bomb. It's not the explosion as such. Here it is just the bomb itself that you're seeing stuck into the wall here. I'll just go along here a bit. here is where you see the bomb getting really defined to you. And not only that, I go along here a little bit further. We also seem to get in this part here, down here where we've got our 3 claws again either side. So whether, like I said, you get mixed messages, there's more than one message in these pictures, so it's not always easy to get it first 100% of the time. As you can see, it will go from something to a face very quickly. And I'll just go across here so that you can see what I'm talking about. We're getting this highlighted here as being a bomb in a wall or a dam, and it looks like, see, they've come through a tunnel here. It looks like there's a tunnel in this area here. This looks like a tunnel that you're coming through. So whether they've come through a tunnel to get to this wall, or whether you've got to get through, drive through tunnels to get to the dam, I have no idea. But I just wanted to show you that was yet another one that had the nuke. Seems to have like a boat in a few spots here as well, so I just thought I'd show you that one. Once again, we're getting told here the story. There's a boat down here. In this portion here, it looks to me like this is a cruise boat. Now, I've said to you before that if we've seen a cruise boat in Sydney Harbour, a P&O cruiser, be involved with the delivery of nuclear bombs into our city here in Easter, in Australia, in Sydney. I wanted to put this one on because you quite easily get an eye right here, a really big eye, looking really clearly at what you're doing down here. And up here you've got a guy going up here and getting into this up part. This is what I'm saying to you, this is where I believe they're saying they got these bombs at the port and they've taken them and they've gone to the 3 dams. I still believe this is talking about the 3 dams that are in that Line Mountain area and the valleys that go away from there. There's 3 on one river, and you see how clear that eye is there. But they've got their eye on everything that's been done here. Everything's been recorded. There also seems to be, certainly you don't see it as clearly on this as I do, there's also these numbers and letters written in here. Look, it's got 13 written there. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. I've certainly seen 7 and 1 on a lot of rocks, or 17 again on this one. So, maybe that's what we're talking about here. Maybe we're on the day, maybe we're here now. Maybe this is the last video I make that you get to watch. But as you can see now, this is the boat down here, and there's this bloke crawling up here. He gets out here and he looks out at what's going on at the top here. So I just wanted to show you that. I might put that one in its full at the end, but you can see, I'll go a little further along here a little bit quicker so you're not waiting. So you can see the boat down the bottom there, and this is where our guy, he's getting out there. See where he's climbing out? I'll just pause it. And I'll just move that back a little bit and a bit forward. See this guy here, he's getting out. See here, he's opening up this door and getting out, and he has a look up the top. Here, and this is where it's hard to make out what this is, but I'm pretty sure what we're getting told here is that's a dam. And it's not just one dam. You've got a little one in between. You've got a big one here, big one up the back. So there's about 3 dams on this one river. So there's no water that actually runs between one and the other in one instance. But I'm certain that's what it's saying. And this guy here is opening up these doors here. Whether he's inside the dam or whether, I'm not 100% certain. But you can see that he's certainly opening up a door to getting into these dams here. And I'm certain that's what that message means, and like I said, it all starts back down here with this boat being there. But as you can see, they've had their eye on you the whole time, and everything you've done has been watched. And it will be, if it's recorded on a rock like this, it will be recorded on far more than river rocks, I can assure you. And everybody on our planet will know what you've attempted to do. Here's another one I thought I might show you. I might only show you the start. And that's just under the normal light. The normal microscope light at this point. What do you think that looks like? Well, they might live alone. But I haven't forgotten what they look like. It actually looks, in that instance, like to the breasts of a woman, in my opinion. That's what it really looked like when I first saw that. I thought, wow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that play, because it does actually go on to show us quite a lot. So rather than that, like I said, this is 12 minutes long. I will just go right through here very quickly and get to points that I think are worthwhile leaving. I'll just leave that, let that play for a little bit. There are, on this one, faces that come in and out of the middle here, faces that come and go, different type faces, humans, not always humans. Sometimes it'll turn into two eyes like that, that you look like you're looking at a wolf's eyes over the top of a, well, I don't know, thing that you hang over your face, a veil. It certainly looks like that at certain points. So there's a whole lot that goes on in that. It is 12 minutes long, that one, so I think I'll put the eye one on. But you can see what I'm talking about, the faces that are coming out in the middle of that screen. I hope you can see that well. Some of the things that are written on these rocks are really quite unbelievable. Here we see again, once again, like a staircase up the side of, you know, whether it's the same mountain again, Lions Mountain. It may very well be. I'm going to move along a little bit yet, because I know this is long. So I'm going to come back to this part here and just let this play out a little bit. And I'll just let you watch that for a bit. Excuse me having a cigarette. That's where you see the other eyes come out there, and the face down the bottom. So it looks like it's a veiled face. And then they turn into like wolf's eyes. At other times it looks like it's a wolf. It looks like it's a person just wearing a veil. Well, like I said, you change the light around and your stories change, as do the visions you see, as do the faces you see. It really is quite amazing, to be honest with you. I've been blown away many, many times by what I've found on these rocks. Yeah, some of the imagery I've gotten off this rock really is quite amazing. I might just let this play for a little bit here and just say, well, sometimes you can get steps going up that side. So like I said, I still believe this one is more just to do with, well, imagery. Some of the images that come off here, the faces that come out into this portion here, like a king and a crown. Other times you'll get it, I've got the light where you'll see eyes come out here and it'll look like it's a veiled face. The smile down here, the veil here and the eyes here. Not necessarily humans, certainly not the ones we are used to looking at. But the humans that come from us many millions of years ago do not look like us anymore. This is what is also on the rocks. They've told us what they look like, and they don't look like us any longer. 13 million years of evolution in this galaxy has changed them from what they were when we arrived, which is like us. That's the story of we were placed on the earth and as the appearance of God. In actual fact, they're saying we were like this when we got here. 13 million years ago when we arrived in this galaxy. Well, as I've explained in my last video, it's not really another galaxy, it's the same one, but seems that our dabbling in space and populating probably inner planets, they made a mistake and caused a black hole in the middle of the galaxy, and the galaxy is now being pulled through the black hole and we're on the other side of it. That's what it's all about. As you can see what comes out into that. It's really quite amazing, to say the least. It really is an impressive rock, and some of the imagery I've had on it really is quite mind-bending. I wanted to bring you back just to this one just for a moment so you can see. This is the one I showed you before that had what I thought was the Australian cricket player here, and he looks like he's holding a bit of a bridge, but these ones here look like they're diving. So like I said, they're talking about now the swimming championships are on in Budapest and the cricket is on in Sri Lanka. But what we're seeing here is the top of this mountain getting blown off here. That's what this is here. When you see that do what it's doing, I'll just press play. You're actually seeing the same thing there. And what I might do is I might just let that play for a little bit, and you can watch when I start using the external light sources, you know, what brightens up and what doesn't and so on. So, you know, like I said, it's a bit different when you start using external light as opposed to the other one. You see there, you're getting told the top of this mountain was going to blow up. That's what makes me think they've put it at the top of that mountain was where it was on its way to. But that may be the one we've already looked at, would look like there were people running away from other people. So they may have stopped this one happening. Whether that was people on Earth, I'm not sure. I know somebody's listening down here because there's certainly a few things like that happened. I'll just zoom past this very quickly. And the part I want to get to here is this part here, is where these there are times where this looks so clear. These cricketers here, up here, that being a cricketer is so clear at certain points. Not all the time, obviously. You know, but you can see we're getting our claw marks here again. That is the one that shows us those claw marks. So I would expect we're still talking about that having an attempt at blowing the top of that mountain off there, which is, you know, Lions Mountain. It's what they, and the dams that were all around it as well. So there were obviously a lot going to happen. Now this is the last one I'll show you. It's the very same part of the rock that I showed you before. However, it's a different video and I've moved over that way on the rock a little further. Here we can see the top of our mountain getting blown off. But these are where you see the cricket player. You see a lot happen in this one, and it is an amazing video. It's 6 minutes long on its own. I'm going to scoot through some of it. But what I will do is put this at the end, as well as the one with the big eye in it, at the end in real good quality, so you can pause and stop and start as you see me do, because you get the best images like that. Now, what I'll do is I'll move along here a little bit, just to get to this point, and I'll press play there for a bit, and just show you that what we get here is, these are all the walls here that you can see, like they look like, sometimes it looks like a road, and another time it looks like, you know, a fence on a high road here that looks like there's a car stopped here. You know, people just looking. This high mountain scenery shot of a bay, the road going down the mountain then and finding its way into this city here. As you can see here, it really is an amazing thing when you start moving the light around what you start seeing on the rock, or any rocks really. They've got information written all over them. Every one I've picked up has this sort of information written on when you know how to find it. So some of them may not look anything like this rock that I'm looking at is only this big. I'll insert a picture again of it so you can see it's not very big. It's only this big, and it looks like the image on the screen. But when you come back to the TV now, as you can see, this is what I'm saying. It looks like it points, there's a car here, parked right here on the side of this wall, and this is probably looking over down at this city here. So whether or not you live in this area, you know what this is. But you've got a road going across there, a bridge going across here. There's all these wharfs and everything in this part here. And it's quite an amazing thing. Now whether this is up in the mountains and you can see a city below, I do not know. But I wanted to show you that. The other part I wanted to show you is just sort of coming up now, where this is where you get the ring road again here, this ring road here, like so. And I don't know whether that's a dam wall or whether that's a part of the road. But here, it looks like we're getting a boat crashing through a dam here. Right there, and we've seen that before. It's come up quite a few times, we've seen that, and whether they were going to take one of these dams out, or once again, the Three Gorges Dam is the one where I'd seen that before, where the Great Wall of China went off from the ocean, so you knew what it was talking about. In this instance, I don't know where this is, whether it's the same place, whether there's dams, you know, boats allowed on those dams, I'm unsure. But certainly when you get it at other light, it looks like a harbour, like so. It looks more like a harbour in here now. And as you can see, I'll move this along and you can get to where it looks more like a boat. I'll just go along this way a little bit further. But you can do this yourself once you've got the video at the end there. You can see what I'm saying, how much the vision of what you're seeing changes. Just from the angle of light here, you look like you've got a boat going through a dam here, just about there. It really does look like there's a boat crashing through a dam or something here, you know. Whether that was going to be blamed on a boat, I don't know, you know. And you come back up here and you're back into looking like it's in a city. So I'll leave this one at the end for you, as well as the other one. And one more thing I'll show you is just where we had a bear, because I did say I would show you at least one that had a bear in it. Now I'll just go quickly along here and show you where the bear is. You will also see on this side here, there's a few alien faces come out in this one here, just on this side here. You get a few alien faces, get the odd face in here as well, and the odd face over there. So on this side you hear, this might be some of the people getting judged by this guy when he gets, and this bloke over here being judged. But that isn't what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you here, when we come along here, you look like you get the, right there, there's a bear's head right in that corner there. I'll leave the other one in for you. This one's not as good. There's that, but that's one where you see a bear's head. It looks like it's chomping on something. Just exactly what it's chomping on, I do not know. But that's one place that I have that. And it was on this rock, and this is why I'm saying to you, I don't know if that was whether we're getting told there was a North American attack here as well in those previous pictures. And this will be the last one I show you today. this is the part where we see that road with like a ring on it. I'll show you, like I said, a picture of it, and it is in Uruguay, so I'm not 100% certain whether we're getting clues on another, another potential strike. Now I'm going to pause that and just go along here so you can have a quick look at what's on this one. This had a lot on it as well, and had faces of a person up this end and another person down on this end here. There's some really, really good faces on this one. I won't put this at the end because I've got two there already for you. But you can see here is where I think we're getting told about another dam attack here. This looks like a dam wall going along here. So it's difficult here because if you look at where this road is, this ring road, you get it's right on the coastline. It's right at a river mouth, and then it turns off and goes back up into, back away from the coast. It turns off here and goes up into the coast. So I don't know, Uruguay could be there, could be where could be where this is meaning, but I'm not 100% certain. But as you can see here, you get into what's called, like there are archaeological digs and old buildings and like collapsed buildings here. This looks like a dam here, so whether or not it's the same dams or not, I'm not 100% sure. If I came back down here, where you believe it or not, this actually looks like a guy's face for a little while, looking off in this direction, looking off that way on this face here. But he also looks like there, like it's a hand holding a long neck, right here. That looks like a long neck and a guy holding a beer. Maybe that's just because it's Friday night and I feel like having one. Listen, I think I'll finish up there today and just say, well, that's what we've seen on just one rock, all those images. I will leave two videos at the end that you can look at. And like I said, that's it just looks like a guy holding a long neck to me. It must have been Friday night footy, and footy's about to start. Listen, I will finish up there today. That's all from Brian Whitten and ET Art. Have a lovely day, and I hope you've enjoyed the imagery that we've obtained from these river rocks, because it really is quite amazing. Some of the faces you get, and I'm only showing you a very, very small amount of what it is I found on the river rocks, because they've certainly helped me solve many, many problems. Thank you very much. This is Brian Whitten and ET Art. Bye bye.